hour. The shopping does continue right here at HSN, and we hope that you'll stay with us. Hi, I'm Tamara Hooks. Every night at this time, we bring you the hottest items and the best deals and jam-pack them into one place, right here. So stay tuned to turn your life upside down with Teeter Inversion Solutions. Oh, and don't forget to sign up for the HSN card. You'll receive amazing deals like extra flex, VIP financing, and no annual fee.
Do you have back pain? Do you have sciatica? Are you missing work? Are you not playing with your grandkids? You know, we not only have a fitness phenom here at HSN, longest running fitness item of all time for going into the 21st year. If you have it like I do, I really want to hear from you. And you know what? Even the FDA agrees. Do you have back pain? Do you have sciatica? Do you have spinal degenerative joint issues? That's, by the way, arthritis, like me and my mom. Spinal curvature. Do you have muscle tension? And that's not all. Do you have herniated discs, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, muscle spasm? This is a medical device cleared by the FDA. It is the same table that is used in chiropractors and doctors' offices. By the way, we are including, and actually if my crew could bring me the comfort cushion, that would be awesome. Not only is it $100 off anywhere else you shop for the first, and oh, is it right behind me? First time ever including the $50 cushion. We have not only the creator, co-founder, the amazing Roger Teeter, his lovely daughter Riley, and you. And Roger, I have to say, you are living proof that this changes lives. How are you, my friend?
I'm great, love hanging out here, especially we got a brand new product, a new configuration, you know.
We do. So, of course, you know that you are Roger's pay when you call, so please join us. We want to say hi to you. This is Roger and Riley's last show of the visit. This is the only time that we're doing the comfort cushion. Remember, this is a $50 value. But the thing is, Roger, yes, FDA came to the party a little late, but this is really, this is the missing link when it comes to health and fitness and living a great life.
Virtually everything that we do for fitness even, aerobic, anaerobic, yoga, stretching, Pilates, all of these things are great for ligaments, muscles, tendons, but they all add to compression.
They do.
Teeter and going upside down is the only thing that actually decompresses the joints. And you know, those 5 different things that FDA says Teeter is indicated for, they're caused by a wide variety of things.
Yes.
And Teeter deals with all 10 of them because it actually gives a relief of back pain 4 different ways. If you got a pinched nerve, ruptured disc, take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain. If you've got too much spinal curvature from tight muscles, well, it stretches and relaxes spinal muscles. Misalignment, when you decompress, it self-corrects. Look at that spine decompressing.
Yeah.
You know, and it also encourages the disc to rehydrate 4 different ways that it relieves back pain in just 3 to 5 minutes.
It does, in just 3 to 5 minutes. And here's the other thing that you need to realize. This offer is done now. This is Roger's last show of the visit. It is the FDA-cleared medical device. Do you know, and Daryl, if I could show that if purchased separately, I'd love to cut right to the chase. You have to search on the internet, via the internet, the 970. This is the elite model. When you think of that car manufacturer that does this 3 series, the 5 series, the 7 series, this is the elite model. It's $100 off. You include this really high-tech design on the comfort cushion. But here's the other thing. There is no other table like this in the world. And as an aside, and yes, we need to hear from you. Yes, we take pain relievers, et cetera, et cetera. Those are temporary. But remember, this is going to the source of the issue. And I think that's one of the reasons that globally there are millions of people using this product.
Yeah, we've got 3 to 4 million people actually using. We sold 2.1 million tables. And by the way, I want to point out, this is really a high-tech piece.
That it is.
Because a lot of people have said, well, why don't you put a padded cover on it? That's because something like memory foam actually works against the main reason that you're inverting, decompression. You sink into the foam, but you don't elongate.
You don't.
You know, it's so important that when your feet are clamped, your body is allowed to slide as you elongate. you know, 1 to 2 inches, those are real numbers. That's the magic where you're decompressing the joints and taking the pressure off. This is a microfiber surface, super smooth nylon, antibacterial material. It's very high tech, and it does have little twist locks that attach it to the bed, so it stays with you whether you're in full inversion or whatever.
We'll take you on a tour of the bed, but I do think it's important that you hear Dr. Steedman as well. And the big thing is we need your help. I'll just tell you, this is a life-changing product. In fact, it was funny because not only is Roger and Riley, of course, they're fond of information. I have the original bed, and so that's over 20 years now.
20 years.
So the only thing they didn't factor into their business plan is that they go on forever.
No, 5-year warranty in every component. We do have. Colleen had one for 20 years. She's upgraded recently, though. And Andrew Lessman has been inverting for 20 years. And I think he's got several models.
All right, we're going to take you on a tour of the table, but just so you realize, this is your final show. It is your last opportunity. You're watching the show for a reason. I'm going to say this real quickly. If you have pain, you know you'd give anything to alleviate that, and I'll just appeal to vanity for a moment because this is a day of beauty here at HSN. If we just appeal to keeping you lean and mean and keeping your posture and your body shape in alignment, we'll talk about that. But here's what Dr. Steedman has to say.
I have bouts of lower back pain in the decade or so since I've started using the Teeter on a daily basis. It's been very helpful. And I'm just grateful for the amount of time involved and for the cost of the device. It's a no-brainer. It's priceless. I'm an orthopedic surgeon specializing in the treatment of bone and joint disorders. The shock-absorbing function of the discs is important in the overall function of the spine. The spine is a very complex structure. I would recommend the Teeter to a broad spectrum of people. Regular use of the Teeter inversion table takes temporary stress off of the intervertebral discs by creating traction and negative pressure and gives them the opportunity to rehydrate. Teeter can also be used to strengthen one's core with inverted crunches. Using the Teeter a few to several minutes every day or every other day can help temporary relief of lower back pain.
Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now, final call, final quantities. Now, here's the thing, Roger, when we say this is your top of the line, it is the 970.
970.
970.
Yeah, do your homework.
Do your homework, because I'm going to have Roger give you a tour of the table, but even if we factored out the $50 scientifically designed comfort cushion, there are almost $200 worth of upgrades. There is no other table in the world like this. If you have one hip higher than the other one like I do, it addresses that.
It squares that.
And it's the only table in the world that does that as well.
Correct.
So Roger, if you would do the honors.
All right. Well, the thing that really sets this table apart is this long, easy reach handle. And it is a micro adjustments, click, click, click. Those such fine, push the button to open. We actually designed that for chiropractic use because the people going to doctors and clinics have sore backs and they can't bend over as well. But the public likes it great too. Comfort dial foot platform.
That's like $100, right?
That's $100.
So that's $100.
$100 upgrade over our infomercial or our market entry. This is our Comfort Dial foot platform. That's big shoes, small shoes, squishy, soft foot clamps. This is how you would set the height from 4'8" to 6'6". It's adjustable, of course. I'm going to put it on my height.
Okay.
We've got a color-coded security strap that allows you to preset any angle that you want.
So I don't have to fully invert in order to get benefits?
Absolutely not. In fact, there's great benefits just at this angle. Stress relief, some decompression, posture correction. Poor posture is unattractive. You know, happening to get an extra circulation in the upper body, oxygen wash to the upper body. You know, and by the way, if this is the maximum angle that you're interested in, that you're comfortable with, not interested, comfortable with, then go to this angle, set the preset strap for this angle, and use the traction handles. That's another $27 upgrade.
So that
in other words,
the tether is an upgrade, the handles are an upgrade.
Right, you
$20.
can push. Right, you're laying on this, and you put a hands on each press and actually push and use arm power to further decompress your body as though you were in full inversion.
Nice.
Also, we have these oversized handles. That's an upgraded handle.
So those are
over
like
the
$70
infomercial. That's a $70 upgrade over the infomercial.
So $70,
$27,
$100, the little tether strap.
That's 10.
That's another 10.
Right.
You're at almost $200 worth of upgrades, and that's before we factor in the $50 comfort cushion, which has been designed to give you maximum benefit.
Right, give you both comfort without interfering with the all-important decompression. Lumbar Bridge, this is what Shannon was talking about as far as squaring hips. You have many positions you can put it for location and height.
Right.
Now this has acupressure nodes on it. That's of course removable. They're for that knot that you've got either on your lumbar or perhaps you can put those nodes anywhere on this bed.
Right.
You know, all these tracks. And the way this works with the hips is that it kind of grabs your butt down here.
Does,
and if one hip is shorter than the other, it squares the hips. It's an absolute great plus.
It is, but as an example, because I have one of the original tables, and mine does not have that. So it's time to upgrade, and that's why I say it's important that you call us, but you really have to realize you're watching this show for a reason. You have to understand if you're living every day with pain, whether it's back pain or sciatica, this changes a life, basically.
Yeah, you get a bad hair day, put a hat on.
Right.
You know, if you got a bad back day, it affects not just you, it's the whole family. It affects people at work. You probably aren't going to work.
Yeah.
You know, so, okay, step in.
Yeah.
Pull, remember, just click, 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 those precision balancing.
Yep, micro adjustments.
The idea is to have this pivot point at your center of mass. Most of you will balance right on your height, but depending on your weight distribution, you might need to adjust an inch or two on either side. That's why you want a spotter the first time.
Yeah.
But the way you'll know you're right is when you have this kind of control.
Yep.
You know, I'm moving this table and rotating it solely on the weight of one arm. This is like a seesaw or teeter-totter.
A teeter-totter.
Yeah, named after me.
Exactly.
But this is the kind of control. Only Teeter has this kind of precision balancing. Even all the key components are welded by a robot to make every table precision.
Dynamite.
All right, benefits, they start right here. You've got stress relief, circulation, improvement, oxygen wash to the upper body, improved flexibility, some decompression, of course. Now, if you want to really get that 1 to 2 inch elongation, you're really going to deal with sciatica. Take several days, but work up to this angle.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to full inversion. You'll know you're there because you got this grip right here, and that allows you to kind of pull and push. If you've got a misalignment, when you're decompressed and you mobilize the body a little bit like I'm doing, it will realign itself. In fact, get on the internet and check USRB and Inversion. They, after 6.5 years of evaluation, they had everybody in basic training hang 5 minutes at the end of the day and greatly reduced the amount of lost training time due to compression and misalignments by allowing the body to realign itself. So these are real things. Full inversion, you don't need to go there. But believe it or not, half of you will, half of regular invertees, because of the extra freedom.
Yeah.
You know, you can move around, you can do crunches, you can do inverted squats, sculpt the glutes, strengthen the hamstrings. You know, when you've got this longer body, you'll be able to do flexibility and get a lot of your flexibility back that you gave up. When you're over 80, yes, I was born in 38. Can you believe that?
I can't, no one can believe that. But here's the thing, all in as little as 3 minutes a day.
3 to 5 minutes?
3 to 5 minutes a day. You take a pain reliever, and again, those are temporary as well, but they take longer to kick in. And remember, they're not going to the source. The other thing about Roger, and then we're talking about the Nackimson study, because that was an eye-opener for me. And remember, we want to hear from you, because guys, tick-tock, tick-tock. This offer expires now. When Riley and Roger come back in May, this offer with the comfort cushion and $100 off does not apply. But Roger, you were telling me you're actually doing the same activities at 80 as you were doing almost 40 years ago when you wrecked your back.
I'm doing the very things that I did.
Wrecked your back.
You know, my story, and I'm not exaggerating. And really, I was designing sports equipment. Okay, that was the reason. And I loved my job. But I thought I could tough it out, injured my back, and I just kept injuring it and re-injuring it. And I, typical man, thought I could tough it out. No, it didn't work. I had 5 years, and on worst days, I actually couldn't even get out of bed. I had to roll onto the floor, crawl hands and knees into the shower to get hot water on my back just to be able to stand up.
Wow.
I tried everything to get relief. I found inversion. The relief I got was temporary, but it lasted longer and was more effective than anything else I'd done. And by doing it on a regular basis, I've been virtually pain-free for 37 years.
Wow.
And yes, I was designing high-performance water ski equipment. And what am I doing today? I went water skiing 40 times this last summer, taught my grandkids, and I'm back in the slalom course. That's the part that I love. This recreational skiing, that's milk toast as far as physical effort. But run the slalom course, man, that puts you through it. And also that guy. Grandkids, boy, you got to hang before they're coming over. But I love to be active, ride my bike. I got a little rowboat that I like to go out in. That's what retirement ought to be.
That's what 80 can be.
Especially being able to do it with your grandchildren. I mean, that is absolutely precious.
It's critical.
Precious.
And you know what? And this is an FDA-cleared medical device. It is the same table used in doctor's offices. And let's be honest, whether you're 80 or 28 or 38, if you have back pain, if you have sciatica, if you have spinal degenerative joint disease, that's arthritis, right?
Yeah.
If you have the spinal curvature, muscle tension, if you have a herniated disc, if you have degenerative disc disease or spinal stenosis or facet syndrome or muscle spasms, you're not water skiing, you're not walking. I mean, you're not walking the dog. I mean, so we're talking about a quality of life issue. But the big thing that was an eye-opener for me, maybe you're saying, all right, well, I sit for my job, I'm okay, or I'm late, or I'm putting my, people always say I'm putting my feet up, right?
Taking a load off.
I'm taking a load off.
Right, wrong.
Talk about the animation that we're going to see
you're
next.
dumping it on your back. You're taking it off your muscles. This is an animation of a medical study done at Gothenburg University a number of years ago in Sweden. You're going to see a bright light. There it is. That's a location of a surgically implanted pressure sensor, pressure reading in the upper right-hand corner, 100%. Obviously, there were many different people in the study, but their individual reading, whatever it is, was their personal baseline of 100%. And then they went to different body positions. Bend over, it doubles. But you knew that. You knew you had to be careful bending over. Did you know that? 50% higher load sitting in good posture. Ooh. And here's the scary part. Whoa. 2.5 times the loads of standing. That's the way we end up in front of a computer.
That's a computer, you bet.
That is your recipe for back pain. Too much sitting, weak muscles, and stress. Now, this last 25%, another surprise, goes to bed with you.
Wow.
Because it's not caused by gravity, it's caused by the construction of the spine. You have hundreds and hundreds of ligaments and 140 muscles in 4 layers. They stabilize the spine, but they also hold it in background compression like a lot of rubber bands.
Yes, they do. So here's the thing, and Daryl, I don't want to jump around too much, but at this point during the presentation when I worked with Roger the other day, we were getting a lot of questions about assembly. So I just want to cover that real briefly before we listen to Teresa and do some other great things here. And don't forget, we want to say hi to you. I have to stress, I've said this when I've been on the air with Roger and Riley before, this is the one item that we sell here at HSN outside of Andrew Lessman Vitamins, and he's a huge fan, that I would buy for you if I could. And if you are watching this show, and we'll talk about how to keep your original body shape and your posture. If vanity alone gets you to call, if you've seen Roger before, seriously, you need to do it, but it's not even hard to put together.
It is something you'd see in your mirror, and it's not just good posture. Yes, good posture is so much more attractive.
Right.
You know, we put on our clothes and we get in front of the mirror like this, and then we walk away like that. You know,
you're right.
But so good posture is one thing, but you know how else you give away your age? Not just your looks, it's how you move.
How you move.
Old people move old.
You're right.
They have shuffling, they have small stuff. Get rid of the stress. And then you can get those long strides, you know, like a young person.
It's true. But here's the one thing I want to stress. Roger and your company, he took the fear factor out of this. So it is basically like 3 screws for all of this. It's harder to get out of the box, folks.
Yeah, you will. All right, I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to show you just the way it comes out of the box. I hate assembly.
Yeah.
You want to hold this part, all these small pieces, this totally assembled out of the box, exactly like that.
So this is the part that would probably intimidate you, right? It's already put together.
The bed.
Yep.
That's fully assembled. You do have to put the hinges in, by the way. Those give you an extra setting. It's kind of a one-time thing. depending on how responsive the machine you want it to be. This is all in the video. You don't have to remember any of this. So you put it in, lock it.
Yeah.
Now, the A-frame's fully assembled in the sense that it has the strap on, the spreader arms are all on, all 4 corner feet are on. So what do you got to put on?
Yeah.
Okay, these special upgraded handles, 3 machine screws, 1 bolt.
Right.
You will spend more time getting it out of the box.
That's no joke.
Than you will. Than you will.
For sure.
See how this snaps together?
Snaps right
you know,
in.
that goes together.
Yeah, okay.
And then right in.
Yep, just slides
again,
right in.
5-year warranty on every component.
Yep.
And it's adjustable from 4'8" to 6'6", and a 300-pound capacity. And by the way, that's with a 400% safety factor. One reason HSN's never offered another inversion product is the fact that we're the only ones that have these stickers on.
Yeah.
We're the only ones that meet the standard. This UL sticker, that is the toughest test. 300 pounds, cycle 30,000 times. That's one of the tests.
Yeah.
This CE mark, that is not even fitness, that is home use medical. The CE mark, home use medical, that small number there, pertains to this table. Home use medical throughout Europe. There we are, 30,000 cycles on every component. That happens to be the locking mechanism. That's 1,200 pounds, 4 times the maximum user weight. There's the 300 pounds cycling 30,000 times. You think that's overkill? No, lots of people love to rock back and forth 20, 30 times. And when you rock back and forth, the metal that supports you is stressed first one way, then another way, and work back and forth. And that will cause a fatigue failure in ordinary steel. The reason Teeter has those stickers, it's the only one that uses special steels. There's a lot of lookalikes out there.
Yeah.
But none of them meet those standards. None of them have those stickers on. Don't even think about inverting on a lookalike that doesn't meet independent safety standards set by independent safety engineers.
And by the way, every other table that was tested failed.
Dramatically.
Every other table that was tested failed. Every single one. In fact, Roger actually inverted on the table that they had tested after they ran the course of their tests. So we're headed to the phones. You need to understand this is your final opportunity where we're taking $100 off and including the $50 comfort cushion. Mark in Florida is a fan. Hi there, Mark. Say hi to Roger.
Hey, Roger and Shannon. How are you guys tonight?
Fantastic. Thanks so much for calling, Mark. Tell us your story.
Well, I was one of those hesitant ones back in November.
Yeah.
And I got it when you didn't offer the cushion.
Yeah.
But I had my stepdad come over and help me put it together. We started out at the 25-degree angle.
Perfect.
I could not pull myself up at all. We tried the 90 degrees, and he had to help me pull it up. You know.
Well, did you finally get it balanced correctly? Because that would be the issue.
Well, and now I am at the full 90-degree inversion, doing 3 sets of 10 sit-ups by myself and can pull myself down.
Oh, wow. So, Mark, was it originally back pain, or what was your original reason for deciding to try the inversion table?
Back pain and just, you know, your everyday hurt body stuff. I get up in the morning for about 10 or 15 minutes, do my exercises, and in the evening before I go to bed, I do the exercises.
Wow. Mark, did you ever think there'd be a day where you were doing sit-ups? I mean, to go from not being able to pull yourself up to doing sit-ups on an inversion table, you've got to be pretty proud of yourself.
Not when you weigh 130 pounds and 5'5", and I was very hesitant in using it at first. Yep.
And look,
I can pull myself all the way up on it, no problem.
Wow.
All right.
Mark, good going. Nice to have you out there in Florida. And, you know, I think you've helped a lot of people because I think one of the things that Mark said is he waited. And I think a lot of people watch you, Roger, and then it becomes a changing day. And every single person says, I wish I would have done it sooner. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, do your homework. Yeah. You know, look at the testimonies. They're mostly 5 stars. I mean, literally 90% 5 stars.
and they're changed lives. And one of the most common things is, I can't believe I waited so long. It's made such a difference.
But you know, I know we'll see Kevin a little bit later on the show in terms of a testimonial, but whether you're a single mom, you know, if there's back pain, it's affecting the whole family. And Teresa, I think, is a good example because, you know, if you're trying, you can't chase your kids, you can't be a good mom, you can't be a good sister, you can't be a good employee if you're in pain, basically.
Absolutely not. You know, let's listen to Teresa's testimony. This one almost brings tears to my eyes.
It really does.
I have bulging discs in my back. My back pain became a part of normal everyday life. I have to get up and I have to go to work. I have to take care of my son.
Whenever I would ask her if we could go to the park or like play a little bit of baseball, she'd always say, "Oh, my back hurts. I can't do it." It made me feel sad for her.
I felt like the oldest lady in the world, which is so unfair to my son, so unfair to me. When I first saw the product on TV, I said, that makes so much sense. It just has to work. The first time I just sat there like, this is great. I knew this is what it was going to feel like. I was waiting for this. It releases the tension in my muscles to help me temporarily take that pain away by stretching myself the opposite ways that I don't normally stretch. It's just wonderful. It does so much more than just provide back relief.
I think it's helping her. She's been helping out with my baseball team.
Now it's almost 8, 9 o'clock sometimes. The time just flies by because me and my son are having so much fun. The Teeter was heaven sent for me. It promises you relief, and it definitely provides you with that relief.
We're going to head right to the phones, but I have to remind you, Roger, I'll tell you, even if you invert, what, a little bit?
Yeah, even at this angle. I mean, there's benefits at every angle. Right here, stress relief. Stress relief alone is worth it to get the table. It's the second reason people buy it by survey. You know, but also this is posture correction. You're getting some decompression. You want to really elongate the body that 1 to 2 inches and deal with sciatica, pinched nerves, herniated discs, you know, degenerative disc disease. You need to work up to this angle. You do not need to go to full inversion. And you can actually, you know, use this to pull and move yourself around. Now we've got another phone call.
We are.
Yeah, they're the stars. Let's go to
You guys are the stars. Off to Louisiana. Hi, Andrea in Louisiana. Welcome to the show. Say hi to Roger.
Hi, Roger. How are you?
I am fantastic. Tell us your story, Andrea.
Well, I just want to say that I went to a chiropractor. I paid $55 to go 20 visits, so that ended up costing me out of my pocket $1,100. I decided to purchase the Teeter at $349. Not only is this a big savings to me, at least I'm in the convenience of my home where I'm inverting, rather than getting in my car and going to a chiropractor. So it has been a big savings to me. And the second point I want to make is that I'm 4'11". So when I adjust the handle, I'm quite off the floor. So I could not use the other inversion table because I was so high and I could not invert. But with the Teeter, it's just easy breezy. Once you read the instruction and follow direction, I mean, I invert now, and I have not been in pain since January, since I started inverting on your machine. So thank you. Thank you for the savings, and thank you for inventing this inversion table.
Oh, fantastic. Nice. Thanks, Andrea. So you'd recommend anyone listening to this would should buy one and try it?
Buy it and try it, and it's going to be a whole lot less on your pocket. Believe me.
Amen. Andrea, well said. And amen to no pain. No pain. We love that.
Less pressure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Andrea. Take good care. That's
less
big.
pressure is less pain.
Less pressure is
when
less
you go
pain.
upside down, you take the pressure off. You got a pinched nerve, that is sciatica. You've got a herniated disc. That's kind of a blowout, but that's the same thing. You've got an extruded material that's pushing on nerves and ligaments. I mean, virtually every one of these items is benefited by Teeter. That's why FDA has listed 10 different things that Teeter is indicated for, because inversion gives back pain relief 4 different ways, helping the disc to rehydrate, stretching and relaxing paraspinal muscles, taking the pressure off, pinched nerve sciatica, that is, bulge disc, degenerative disc disease, osteoarthritis, and also encouraging the disc to rehydrate.
And it goes to the source. And I know we keep talking about that temporary relief of pain, and you heard what Andrea said. She has been pain-free, and I know results vary, since January. But if we just appeal to your vanity, and it's interesting because I've taken phone calls with Roger on the air before where people said, you know what, I went to my doctor and guess what? I'm still the height that I should be. And I think the interesting thing is you've got to do inversion on a regular basis. But Roger, when we look at the aging spine, a lot of times people think, okay, I've got that middle-aged spread. It might not even be weight gain necessarily.
No, it's just internal organs winning the race to the floor. This figure is not gaining weight, but he certainly is changing body shape. As he gets older, he gets shorter.
Yeah.
As he gets shorter, he bulges out in the center. I mean, you're really a column of clay, and as you get shorter, it bulges out in your waistline. Yep. You know, now, a big deal, yes, he's lost his figure, but the bigger deal is the fact that height loss is in the soft tissue of the joints. That's where your flexibility is, shock absorption, and when those discs start to get thin, they control the opening where the nerves come through, so a thin disc can easily mean pinched nerve and sciatica. And not to mention degenerative disc disease and all of the other issues that happen. You know, we have a height loss every day. Did you know you lose ½ an inch every day?
Wow.
You get it back at night, but not 100%. So over your lifetime, you have that permanent height loss. So sometimes you get your height in the morning. You think, well, I'm not losing any height.
Yeah.
Measure it in the afternoon.
No kidding.
You'll find out that you are shorter.
It's
you know,
true.
and your waistline's bigger. I mean, gravity does a number on us, and inversion teeter is a way to fight back against the harmful compression of the body by gravity.
Absolutely, but remember, this is your only show. It is your final opportunity. We're taking $100 off the medical grade. This is the same medical table that is used in doctors' and chiropractors' offices, so it's $100 off, nowhere else and nowhere here but the present, because Roger and Riley will not be back again until May, and when it comes back in May, A, it will not be this price, and B, they are not including the $50 comfort cushion for free with your purchase. We're going to talk about how we want your spine to be fat and happy, and that's the only part you want, fat and happy girls, but Donna is standing by.
Oh, another phone call. So, I love that. These phone calls are really my pay. At 80 years old, I'm doing this because of you, believe me.
True. Hey, Donna, you're live at HSN. Welcome. Say hi to Roger.
Hi, Roger.
Hi.
I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you, Donna.
Great. Tell us your story, Donna.
My story is I ordered this in November last year.
Yeah.
And I seen that you had a cushion and I wanted it, so I called in to get the cushion. And I want you to know that I can tell a difference in my low back.
Yeah.
Because I had issues with my low back during childbirth.
Yeah.
And my sciatic, and I can be on it because I'm still doing the 5 minutes. I'm, slowly working into it, and I can tell a difference and in my sleeping.
Yes, yes. Get rid of the stress before you go to bed.
Yes.
Let alone the back pain.
It's true.
There is a lot of stress at work, so yes, indeed.
Well, Don, it's so funny. We're showing off Roger's daughter, Riley. That's how you use it too, Riley, right?
It is. I was telling you when we were getting ready, I was like, in my PJs, I walk to my inversion table. It's in my bedroom, and it's the last thing I do before I crawl into bed. And it just leaves you're like tingling. You're all relaxed. All the muscles are relaxed. You feel good. And I just fall asleep in like 5 minutes where it would take me ages.
I know. So Donna, if anybody's on the fence, because I think what happens when Roger and Riley are here, they watch the show and watch several shows and don't call, would you tell them, you'd probably never be without it. Would you tell them to try it?
Oh, yes. I have told 2 people, this is what you need. You don't realize it, but I guarantee it you do.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You got it. Donna, well said. Sweet dreams out there in Oklahoma. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
The aspects of gravity are very slow to come on you. You start to lose flexibility, shock absorption, your posture deteriorates, your joints aren't as free, but it's very slowly progressive.
Yeah.
And when you get on the teeter, all of a sudden, that reverses. And you say, whoa, I haven't felt like this for 15 years or 20. And, it changes lives. You couldn't be on HSN for going on 21 years now if it didn't work. You would have thrown us out of here years ago.
Well, and not only that, in those over 21, now going in Roger's 21st year, we've never offered another inversion table. So that's a big deal.
No other table has passed the safety standard. HSN's looking after you.
They are. But you know, speaking of people who are looking out after you, Dr. Tantz, I know, he's a great indicator of how you should have a regular regimen of inverting. Right.
And he's going to talk about daily height changes. That's why I got Spiny out, because I want you to really understand. I want to repeat a bit of what he's saying because it's so important.
The discs that sit here are like shock absorbers we have on the car. So when you get up in the morning, you may be 6'1". When you go to bed at night, you're actually about 6'1½". You lose 1/4 to 1/2 inch of height as these shock absorbers get squeezed and the water comes out of them. Then when you're asleep, they rehydrate. One of the advantages, I think, of Roger's device is that you can do this during the day too and give yourself kind of a break from the constant pressure on your back and on these shock absorbers to allow them to rehydrate by taking all the pressure off and letting them have some freedom. People that get on a standard routine and do it again and again do far better than people that go for 3 weeks of therapy and then re-injure again in a year, go for 3 weeks therapy. A daily routine, which is what Roger's recommending, I think is a very good way of getting your back in great shape so that as we stay vertical for our lives, we don't start breaking down later on.
Well, and by the way, thank you for the calls. Keep those calls coming. But Roger, talk about Spiny and Dr. Tantz.
Right, it's so important. Now, he said 2 things that you've got to remember. One is you have a daily height change, and also it's a maintenance program done on a regular basis to keep that youthful function. What happens when these discs lose moisture? Well, each disc controls the opening that 2 nerves come through. There's a nerve on each side of every disc. A thin disc or degenerative disc means a pinched nerve and pain down a leg or pain down a shoulder, but it's a type of sciatica. You know, keeping those discs hydrated is extremely important in keeping them flexibility. Also, you want a herniated disc. That looks painful right there. It's like a blowout, and that's the soft tissue that's in the side of the disc is extruded out, and of course the spine's covered in ligaments and tendons and nerves, and that is pressing on, extremely painful. When you invert, you are decompressing all these joints. Every joint, listen to this, every joint being decompressed by exactly the same weight that it has to deal with. So maybe you're trying to deal with this joint, or this is where the pinched nerve is. Well, yes, it benefits those, but every joint is being decompressed and getting a break, even ankles, knees, and hips, all the weight-bearing joints. Real quick on posture. You know, I want to point out, good posture is that body position that best resists gravity. All of your body weight's supported by an alignment of bones. We get like that in front of a computer.
We do.
Ladies, high heels, if you wear them all the time, you're out of good posture for a different reason. Carrying a bag on the same hip every day, it's like this. You do those kinds of things daily, and your body shape will change.
It will change.
And you'll be moving, you'll be accelerating because of lifestyle into the back issues, which are in a culmination of many years of
Absolutely.
gravity.
And you know what? And this is first of all, it's the only table of its kind. It just is. It's the FDA cleared. It is a medical class device. It is the same table used in doctor's offices and chiropractic offices, cleared for sciatica and herniated disc and back pain and arthritis in the back, spinal degenerative joint disease, and spinal curvature and muscle tension and herniated disc and degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis and facet syndrome and muscle spasm. When you saw that aging spine, it's also helping you to retain that original height and posture, all in as little as 3 to 5 minutes. And Roger, the other thing that because we reference, Colleen says it's better than a facial, so it's like your best beauty tool ever.
Oxygen wash to the upper body,
makes
absolutely.
Sense. But instead of taking a pain reliever, and obviously that's a temporary solution, that's not going to the source. We all want natural alternatives to, help with the pain, and this goes to the source of the problem.
That points it out so much, when you have back pain, if you don't know about the Teeter, if you have back pain, what are your choices?
Yeah.
And virtually every one of them deals with symptoms and not the problem.
Yep.
You know, your back's still screaming because you took a pain pill, you just can't hear it.
Right.
What good is that?
What good is
you
that?
You haven't accomplished anything. This deals with the issue at its source. Take the pressure off. Less pressure is less pain. Misalign, decompress the spine, mobilize a little bit, it'll wiggle back into alignment. It wants to be in alignment. In fact, get on the internet for U.S. Army and Inversion, and you'll see that that's what they learned after a 6.5-year study in basic training, having everybody in basic training hang 5 minutes at the end of the day. Misalignments self-corrected, or, you know, before they swell up for the next day.
Hey, just real quickly, it is $100 off for this hour. It's $100 off for the show. That includes the $100 upgrade on the handle.
Right, the Easy Reach handle. This is a huge deal. It was actually developed for chiropractic office and medical, but we've just recently introduced it to the public. But it is a $100 upgrade. Also, traction handles, a $27 upgrade.
$27.
Right, you have this color-coded security strap.
Yeah.
You know, the things that you want to do to invert, first of all, you set your height, set the strap, and then clamp your ankles. 3 things.
So that's another, what, like $20 upgrade?
What's about $10 on the color-coded.
Sorry, okay.
The traction handles, $27. These oversized handles, upgraded handles, they're a $70 upgrade over and above the infomercial.
Right.
And then we've got the Comfort pad here, which is microfibered. So that it's slippery. It's so important you understand. You don't want a soft cushion you sink into. It restricts your decompression. So this has a highly engineered, high density microfiber surface that's very slippery. Also, we have the Lumbar Bridge. That can be put in any position in these slots. That keeps the right curvature in the lumbar spine in partial inversion. And it also squares the hips. It's a huge plus. Kind of grabs your butt here, and if one hip's a little shorter or, you know, legs longer, it actually squares your hips.
And you're the only table that has that.
No, that's no other table has a patented feature. And then we have the Acupressure Nodes, which there's 8 of them. I only got 3 here, and you can put them on the lumbar bridge,
so
or you can
that knot is.
You can open the twist locks, and you can put them anywhere on the table. So if you got that knot on your back and you just wish somebody could put their thumb in there, these can be your thumbs.
They can. Now here's the good news, and we have every service representative taking phone calls. This always happens in the last 10 or 15 minutes of the show. I think people watch, they listen, they learn. You're watching the show for a reason. And if you suffer from back pain, you know, what is that pain costing you? Is it keeping you from pain with your grandkids? Is it keeping you from the gym? Is it keeping you from sleeping at night? And remember, unlike a pain reliever, this is a natural, just like a pain reliever, of course, a temporary relief, but it's going to the source. And as little as 3 to 5 minutes, $100 off for this show and for this hour. And that's before we factor in the $200 worth of upgrades and the $50 cushion.
We're celebrating a better you, because healthy is more than just eating right. It's finding balance and treating yourself to a life well lived. Find your Zen-spiration. From a healthy mind to a healthy home, it's time to feel good, inside and out, because we believe healthy is happy. Live well and be happy with the health and wellness experts at HSN.
I know for so many of you, back pain, stiffness, soreness, sciatica, hurging discs, bulging discs, spinal curvature, getting in the way of you walking, of you bike riding, of you living your active life. Well, the FDA has cleared this simple, one-of-a-kind decompression back stretcher, this portable system that costs you only $10 to deal with your back pain, to deal with your sciatica and your herniated discs. It is not masking the symptoms with a pill. It is actually giving you a mechanical fix. How many of you go, I know there's a stretch, I know there's a way, and you can't find it? This is what you are looking for. And only for the next 2,000 shoppers, for only $10 a month on your credit card, we will send it to your door risk-free. It's free shipping. It's the only airing. It is the only quantity, and you have a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. With the sale price and the free shipping, listen, even if you're a lover of a Teeter inversion table, that's not portable.
No,
that can't go with you when you travel. That can't be at your office and used at your desk. You've spent $300–400 inverting. This is your in-between go-to.
Yes, and just like the Teeter table, this is the customer pick. People that are trying it are seeing a huge difference that it makes in their back. And let's think about it. When you have back pain, what are your options? Most of them are dealing with symptoms. This is going to the source. This is real relief. This is natural and it's targeted. And not only that, if you're trying to deal with just one spot, maybe you have a herniated disc, it's not just going to that spot and giving relief. It's going to each of the discs and rehydrating them and encouraging flexibility and mobility and health in every one of our discs.
So I want you to hear from other customers. If you go, this seems so simple and tiny, what is it really doing? Well, we've had reviews that say, I now use it every morning and night, and my back has been the best it's ever been. This back stretcher does wonders. Best of all, it's compact and easy to store. And it's a wonderful product that I can do at my own pace.
Yes.
This is something, look, Roger Teeter was here this weekend and we had an amazing offer on an inversion table. And if you're looking to try inverting, there is still a sales special available on our website. In fact, I'll tell you about it at the end of this presentation. But for some of you, the idea of hanging upside down is a little too much for you. For some of you, you don't have the space for a full-size inversion table. For some of you, $350 is not quite your entrance price point. For $10 a month on your credit card, this simulates the same idea. This gives you the same reaction of rehydrating your discs, of fighting back for what gravity is doing to your body. And listen, if you're somebody who's spent $350 on an inversion table, now you have a portable one that goes with you in the car that costs only $10 a month on your credit card. That deal is only for this hour. $10 a month, that's only for this hour. And right now, there are maybe 1,800 of you left that can take advantage of this deal. If you're loving it, I say get a second, so you have one travel, one at home. If you're somebody who's in the car a lot, on planes all the time, I mean, this can go in your suitcase.
Oh, yeah, it comes apart right here, and yeah, it goes with you. Stick it in your bag. And you have a solution no matter where you're at, whether you're taking a long car trip or a cruise, or, you know, why sit out from the vacation? Because you're worried.
And listen, people who suffer with sciatica and road trip, those do not go together.
No, they
ever.
don't. Or take this on the golf course. Like, I mean, you're talking about a sport that's one-sided, throwing you out of alignment. Put this in the on the bag and have it when you need it.
I mean, what about like a truck driver, a UPS driver? I mean, we all know that sitting is terribly unhealthy for your body. You put all your weight onto your back. We are a slouching society. Just when you're sitting at the computer, just this, that you go, oh, wait. Oh my goodness,
do this at the office. I mean, like, we're sitting for 8 hours a day, and that is wreaking havoc on your back. And in fact, we have an animation that is the Knockhamson medical animation, and a number of volunteers permitted a pressure sensor to be surgically implanted into their spine, believe it or not. And the baseline pressure was set at 100% when standing. We all know bending over is harder on our back, and that's why you don't want to sneeze in that position, right? But here's the big deal. When you sit down, the pressure in your spine goes up dramatically, and in bad posture, 250%. You think you're taking a load off, but all that weight is just on the muscles. It's piled onto the spine. When we go to bed at night, the hundreds of muscles and ligaments hold us in background compression like a lot of rubber bands. And that's why if you picked up a misalignment during the day, it doesn't readily correct, or it takes hours for your discs to rehydrate with the nutrition that they need. When you use the P2, really, it's like getting that ample, you know, that decompression, getting the discs with the hydration.
A physical therapist in the building today with us. You know, we're looking for ways to keep our body as healthy, our muscles strong, our bones and our discs hydrated for $10 a month. What's the copay on the pain meds? What's the copay on the chiropractor visit? This is what they're doing for you. Would you mind showing us the most effective way to use this? I mean, sitting up is simple, it's easy, but when you're really, your back is screaming, when you're feeling that pressure, this can change the form, the health, the flexibility of your
Yes.
body in absolutely no time.
Absolutely. And again, I'm putting it right at the top where my hips are. The fulcrum is coming, or the pivot point's coming behind my knees. And as I push, this push is amplified, and the stretch goes all the way from the bottom of my spine to the shoulders. And each joint is opening up. If you have a pinched nerve, it's being released. If you have a bulged disc, it's taking the pressure off and allowing that disc to go back into its proper shape. It is taking care of all of those 10 conditions that the FDA indicates the P2 back stretcher for.
And let's show you what those are, because this is a big deal. This means they were tested and approved by the FDA as a medical device, meaning chiropractors use this, physical therapists use this, massage therapists use this for back pain, for sciatica, for spinal curvature, just muscle tension and even muscle spasms, bulging discs, herniated discs, spinal stenosis. It's indicated for all of those conditions, and it costs you only $10 to try it out, and it's a risk-free opportunity. This is the best value they ever offer with the P2 stretcher at the sale price and free shipping. You're getting the best deal you'll ever find, and you have about 7 minutes left to go. We have maybe 1,400 of these left in stock. You know, if you know you and your spouse suffer, if you're planning to be in an RV driving around the country, this is back health. All natural mechanical fix back health.
That's right. In fact, if we can show the animation, because what you're seeing as I stretch, you are not seeing the half of it.
Right.
Because as you push, the discs actually open up. They get the weight off of them, relieve the pressure, relieve the pain. If you have a pinched nerve, take the pressure off. And really what we're talking about is just a few minutes a day. That's all you have to commit to. About the time that it takes you to brush your teeth is what you should be committing to this product.
Right.
And what I say is, I take a deep breath, a couple deep breaths in and out in the push position, release, sit for a second, and then do it again. And you only need to run this cycle a couple times really to get all of the benefits. So you're not having to invest a huge part of your day.
Right.
You don't even have to change into special fitness clothes. We could be doing this in work clothes at the office, you know, anywhere.
I start to think about if those of you that go to lie down in bed at night and you're stiff and you're achy and you're arguably in pain, before you reach for a pill bottle and before you lie down in bed, just have this bedside. It takes up no space. It could be right under the bed. All you do is sit at the edge of the bed or get down on the floor, get it up right into your hip, right behind your knee, and push.
Yeah. It's
just
so simple.
Push and breathe.
Yes.
You know, Riley and I were talking about this. The Teeter family has been taking care of your backs here at HSN for 20 years. And the one customer they have yet to care for is the one who is scared of hanging upside down or does not have the space for a full-size inversion table or $300, $400, $500 to spend. Well, for all of you who've wanted real back relief, that want a mechanical fix that is not a symptom, you know, fighter and, you know, a chemical product, this is the most affordable, simplest way to see why decompression is now FDA cleared, to see how chiropractors and physical therapists are using this as a tool to give you real relief that's like a long-term maintenance program, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is great for anybody that has the back pain and they're looking to relieve any one of those numbers of conditions. But if you just want a healthy spine, you want to maintain flexibility, this is for you. And
there's no real good way to stretch the back without something like this to help you.
No, in fact, you have to off a lot of your weight by that same medical study that we saw, the Knockamson medical study. You have to pull at least 60% of your body weight to fully decompress the spine. You can't do that in any other stretch except for when you use a specialized tool like the inversion table or this P2 back
even
stretcher.
if you look at Matt, I mean, for men and for women, it is a one-size-fits-all product. It is an excuse to take a few deep breaths and relax. Relax and relieve the pressure that's building up in your back across the day before you go to bed at night, and go to bed without stiffness, soreness, sciatica, and bulging disc pain. It's yours to shop for a $10 buy today. That's all you spend.
I just can't believe it. It's so cheap compared to normal.
Dare I say a bottle of pills is more than $10 and doesn't do anything really good for your health and well-being. So here we go. FDA cleared medical class 1 device for $10 on your credit card. We have 3 minutes left to shop for it. I know you see there's 1,500 left in stock right now, but I've got over 500 ordering, and we're not limiting quantities. And several people that know the benefit of a product like this, they want 2, one in their car and one at home, one in their office at that chair. We know if you sit at a computer all day, your posture is in desperate need of restorative change and a difference. This is a product that can do it for you over and over and over again, brought to you by the most trusted name in back care that we offer here at HSN. And I've worked with you guys and your family for 5 years now, and there's never anything we offer from the Teeter family that's a $10 buy to take home and see what it can do for your body.
I know, and it's also a customer pick. I mean, this is a proven item. You might not have seen it as much as you've seen the Teeter table, but this has 30 reviews, most of them 5-star. I just want to show you how it comes to you in the box. You don't have to put anything together except for click these 2 pieces and you're ready to go. Again, you can also put it in, take it apart to put in a bag, and you just get ready to stretch. I mean, it just takes a second and you are getting decompression, you're getting natural relief. And I mean, like you said, so many of our options, they're masking the problem.
Right.
What good
Not
is
actually
that?
curing. They're just hiding the symptom.
They're hiding the symptoms, or they require an appointment. They require your time. I mean, to have something that's at the ready, because you know, when you go out and garden or you pick something up incorrectly, time is of the essence, isn't it? Because your body, you know, but people always say the next day this is really going to hurt because the muscles tighten up, and then you know you got to go get massage.
And again, I mean, you know, if you're somebody that regularly goes to a chiropractor, even if this buys you some time between visits, it'll pay for itself in absolutely no time. Okay, we've just been given an update. We have maybe 800 of these left. We're processing through your orders as quickly as we can. Riley is heading back to Seattle to be with the Teeter family and her children after this show. It's your chance for the lowest price we've ever offered, for the most affordable, easy, totally portable way for real back relief. Not hiding what the problem is, but dealing with it. That's right, sciatica, it's treating. Bulging discs, herniated discs, just muscle tension and muscle spasms. We all go through them. Even if we can buy you time between the physical therapist, the massage therapist, the chiropractor. Listen, if you've ever seen the inside of a chiropractor's office, you should have a P2 back stretcher. It's a no-brainer, and it's $10 on a credit card. Take it home and try it out risk-free for 30 days. If you're not impressed, if you don't feel real relief, if you're not able to sit longer in the car, fall asleep easier at night, feel more limber, well, then send it back. No questions asked, but it's the only chance to shop for it. It's the only quantity with 500 of you on the phone right now, and a flex deal that expires at the end of this hour. Life is too short for back pain, and it sure does shorten your enjoyment of anything you're doing.
It sure does. And I mean, this is so simple. I mean, what do you gotta lose by trying it except for the back pain, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
your sciatica pain. Oh
yeah.
My mother and my mother-in-law.
It's really one of the few natural, non-invasive options that you can take.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you love the Teeter, or if you've been scared to try the Teeter because you're nervous about going upside down, this is a great way to see if decompression is going to work for you.
When Annika and I first launched the compression socks, every last one we had, and it was like a basic color.
Right,
like
so
maybe
it was just black and white.
It was black, right? Black and white, that was it.
That was it.
And compression socks, typically, if a doctor says, hey, you need to wear compression socks, they're the ugliest things, and they leave horrible scarring on your leg. I mean, it's just those red welts. Yeah. So, of course, Copperfit said, no, we're gonna make ours completely different and really quite fashionable. So here it is, the set of 4. It's 4 pairs of true, very fashionable compression socks at $35.95. You can read the reviews in 2 flex. If you don't mind, Daryl, can we pop up what the choices are? Because I have them out here, but I like to show them. Okay, here we go. So let's start with, where do you want to go, Daryl? Okay, polka dot and blue is the pair you're seeing right up there in front. I have 390 of those, not a lot. Okay, black and black, we're good there. Then we have black white, which is kind of the classic. That's the one in the, oh, that's completely sold out. The black white's gone. And then look at the black and leopard.
So black and leopard skin, right?
There's 150 left.
Little pep in your step there.
And then the argyle and charcoal is at the top, and we've got about 900 of those, so we're good in that shape. With the leopard, though, they're almost gone. Come on. So let's talk about these, because most of the time, compression socks look like, honestly,
right, and
ugly
they're uncomfortable,
socks.
And you wear them because you were
expensive.
told to. Very, very expensive, and that's something that, you know, we really got to think about. But we've put compression from the knee all the way down to the toe. You can see the guy pulling them on here. This is not just for traveling. This is not post-surgical, boring compression socks. This is thought out. Technology, again, technology and comfort with your feet, your tired, sore, aching legs. We've got the solution. CopperFit is about living limitless. It's all about just getting you up, getting you back and back out there doing the stuff you want to do. So take a look. We put the compression band in the other socks right around the arch, but just look at the compression. Imagine how your calves are going to feel if you get tired, sore legs, right? You're working, or you're traveling, or you're driving, or you're sitting at a computer. You've got compression working for you. CopperFit compression, like a good hug, just feels really good. Comfort and support where you need it. But it's all about helping the muscles recover faster. So if you're walking around, your muscles are going to recover faster if you use compression, because it helps keep them warm. It helps recovery. It stops strain and fatigue. You've always had tired, sore feet, right?
Right.
So why not add the magic of compression? And copper iron infused.
Yeah.
They're not going to stink. They're moisture wicking, anti-odor. Sorted.
And it's copper infused. Hello, hello, hello. Enough said there. All right, so we got to wrap that up. Annika, thanks for hanging out.